What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. In this one, I am going to be giving you a quick, ultimate, no BS guide to increasing your testosterone naturally, all right? I see a ton of BS going around about this literally all the time. People recommending the most ridiculous things. I am going to break down the fundamental principles for you. And the main reason why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to keep people from going on TRT and doing anabolic steroids. At the end of the day, I personally think that every single man should try to stay natural. Being natural is the ultimate pinnacle of health if you can have everything operating properly. So many people want to take the fast route. A lot of people just want to immediately start taking something that's gonna make them feel so good. And it's a drug. There's a reason why testosterone is so commonly abused when it comes to bodybuilders and people who want to perform and have fun and have a good time. There is a reason why it is outlawed in things like the Olympics, all right? So understand that if you want to take the fast approach, this video is probably not for you, because I think that you should take the longevity approach. I think that you should try to hold on to your youth. Taking anabolic steroids, taking testosterone is going to age you significantly, and it's going to come with plenty of health risks. You're going to have to constantly be monitoring your blood thickness, doing blood donations, and you're going to have to be sticking a needle in yourself for the rest of your entire life. All right. And on top of this, a lot of people that tend to start taking testosterone tend to really struggle with the lust side of things. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to be so productive. I'm going to become this Alex Hormozy business builder guy who can just work like crazy because I'm taking testosterone. But then what ends up happening is their libido just goes through the roof, and then they can't focus on anything, and they're just constantly chasing puss. So don't let that be you, all right? Number one, the biggest thing that you need to focus on when it comes to boosting your testosterone levels naturally is going to be getting amazing sleep. And I'm talking 8 to 9 hours every single night consistently. A lot of people think, oh, I got 9 hours last night. Now I'm good. Now I'm healthy. No. Most Americans and most people in general are chronically underslept. This means that you not only have to get 8 or 9 hours for a couple nights in a row or even a couple weeks in a row, you need to get consistent good sleep for months in a row in order to ultimately be able to get rid of your sleep deprivation. This very much adds on top of itself. This isn't something where you can just catch up on your sleep and, oh, wow, I'm so happy and healthy now. No, this takes a long time of getting really good quality, consistent sleep in order to get your testosterone levels back up. When you have a week of sleep deprivation and you haven't been taking care of yourself, you haven't been taking care of your body, it's going to take a long time to work through that stress. It doesn't just go away as soon as you sleep in one morning, all right? Pay attention to the quality of your sleep, but also the quantity of your sleep. What I really recommend is that you try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every single day throughout the week. On the weekends, my schedule tends to fluctuate a little bit by maybe 1 to 2 hours, given when I'm waking up in the morning and when I'm going to bed, but it doesn't change all that much. When you have these massive differences between your weekdays and the days on the weekend, it creates a terrible sleep pattern, and your body isn't as good at getting into extremely deep sleep, all right? When you look into supplementation for sleep, the best thing that you can look into is magnesium and taking that before bed. I personally like to use magnesium oxide. It does have a laxative effect, which is super helpful when you get out of bed in the morning. I take around 400 milligrams before I go to bed. You want to make sure that you have a cool room. That is going to significantly impact how good the quality of your sleep is. If you have struggles falling asleep, then you are going to want to take melatonin, all right? Just around 2 milligrams. A lot of people overdo the melatonin. 2 milligrams before bed can seriously help you fall asleep quickly. If it starts to give you strange dreams, or if you feel like it has the opposite effect, then stop taking it. There's also another supplement called inositol that you can take if you struggle to stay asleep through the entire night. It will help you stay knocked out consistently so that once again you get that really good quality of sleep. You also want to make sure that you're slowly winding down before bed, all right? Starting to speak a little bit quieter, starting to dim the lights, even doing things like wearing blue blocking glasses to block out the blue light can get your body producing melatonin before you fall asleep. And you also want to make sure that you have a dark room so that the sun maybe isn't waking you up in the morning if you're somebody that needs to sleep in a little bit and the sun rises very early. You also want to make sure that there aren't lights in your room because ultimately this does affect the quality of your sleep even if you don't notice it. So get blackout blinds or get an eye covering. Number 2, lifting weights, all right? The fundamental principle when it comes to this is stress grows the body, but it can also destroy the body if you are not careful. So you have to be very, very careful with high stress, and you need to make sure that you're not overtraining because all of your stress goes into the same bucket. And if that bucket is overflowing, you're gonna get crappy results. All right, so understand that lifting weights is very important, 4, 5, maybe 6 days per week, training hard, you want to build muscle, and ultimately, this is going to help you significantly with just feeling like you are a capable human being, and you are getting out there, you are moving your body. This is extremely healthy, and it is going to help increase your testosterone. Number 3 is going to be managing your stress levels, all right? I don't like telling this to people because most people don't need to manage their stress levels. Most people in today's society are not stressed out enough. Most of the people in society today are lazy fucks, okay? So most people don't struggle with this one. They don't have high cortisol. I am talking specifically about the people that are working their absolute asses off and they struggle to wind down before bed. They're only getting 5 hours of sleep every single night. They're feeling overworked. They're feeling like they are running on fumes. These are the people that I am telling to manage their stress. Most of you guys out there need a little bit of a kick in the ass in the opposite direction to get you moving a little bit more, okay? You're sitting on the couch too much watching Netflix. So be careful with number 3. Number 4 is going to be getting sunlight and vitamin D. Vitamin D legitimately acts as a hormone in the body. If your vitamin D levels are low, you need to get them up as fast as possible because it has a significant impact on your testosterone levels. And what you have to keep in mind is just popping a couple vitamin D capsules is not going to immediately get your vitamin D levels up and get your testosterone levels up. Just like I was talking about when it comes to sleep, you must take vitamin D for a long time consistently in order to get your blood serum levels up. You have to take it for months on end regularly before it actually starts having an effect on your body, okay? In the same way that sleeping regularly for a very long period of time is what ultimately is going to get you the best health markers. Not just popping a vitamin D capsule every once in a while or not just getting one good night of sleep. It's about consistency over a long span of time. Number 5 is going to be eating high protein and making sure to eat a lot of healthy fats, aka omega-3s. So I'm talking a lot of salmon, I'm talking eggs, I'm talking beef. When you eat these foods, it actually gives your body the ability to produce testosterone naturally. So you want to try to keep your diet as clean as you possibly can. Depending on where you are body fat percentage wise, you should either decrease or increase your calories in order to get to a specific body fat percentage, which we'll talk about a little bit next. Number 6 is going to be the supplementation side of things. Supplementation for increasing your testosterone levels is very, very simple. Zinc every single day. Magnesium, like we talked about earlier, every single day. Omega-3 fatty acids, aka fish oils. That is also going to be very, very helpful. The next 2 things that I am going to recommend are only for people who are actually hypogonadal. What does hypogonadal mean? Hypo means that your balls are not working as well as they need to. Your gonads are not working. They are not producing the testosterone that is needed in order to keep your body healthy. If you actually are hypogonadal, meaning that you are in the 1 to 200 nanograms per deciliter test range, and you also have low free testosterone, these two supplements can probably help you out. Look into ashwagandha and look into Tanga Ali. Both of these have been proved to help males that are hypogonadal increase their testosterone levels. This does not mean that they will help a perfectly normal, healthy man. If you are a perfectly healthy, normal man, you have no reason to take these things. They're not going to bump your testosterone up any more than where they are at right now, unless you are for some reason suppressed, you are hypogonadal, and your balls are not working properly, okay? So I personally do not take these. I've experimented around with ashwagandha back in the day. I didn't like the way that it made me feel. It made me feel lackadaisical. I hated it. I came off of it. But if you are somebody whose testosterone levels are proven low by a blood test, look into these two things. Number 7 is going to be limiting alcohol and limiting smoking weed. Both of these things are highly estrogenic, all right? It will give you a lot of estrogen. And when your estrogen is high, your body signals to make less testosterone because testosterone aromatizes into estrogen. Also, alcohol is legitimately a poison for your body, so it is obviously going to increase stress. It is also going to decrease sleep. So there are many, many reasons why you should avoid drinking alcohol and smoking weed if your goal is to achieve peak testosterone levels. And number 8 goes back to the healthy diet, which is to maintain 10 to 15% body fat percentage. I run into so many men that are sitting at 20% body fat who think that they need to bulk and they need to continue to get bigger in order to get higher testosterone levels, in order to continue to put on muscle. They don't understand that their bodies and their brains would function better if they were in the 10 to 15% body fat range. Their testosterone would probably be higher, they would be more insulin sensitive, they would be able to build muscle better. This is where you should be body fat percentage wise. Maybe up into the 18% body fat range is acceptable for some people, but overall, most people are way too fat in today's society. Way too fat. The best place to be as a man is between 10 to 15% body fat. And if you diet down to that, keep in mind you will probably have an excess amount of diet fatigue. And you may feel crappy because your body isn't used to hanging out at 10 to 15% body fat. So you have to get used to being there. You have to continue to eat high fats. You have to continue to eat high protein and let your body get used to being at that body fat percentage, and it will establish equilibrium there at its most healthy point, all right? Now, what I want you to keep in mind is that these are all the most important things that I have chosen to share with you today when it comes to increasing your testosterone levels. But there are a lot of other distractions out there. People overcomplicate the shit out of this. Don't fall for the scams. Don't fall for all these crazy testosterone boosters. If you are normal and healthy, you do not need it. Go get your blood work done if you actually want to see what it looks like. And also, understand that the high testosterone aura that every man craves is something that has to do a lot more with charisma, mentality, and your actions. All right? And I'm going to make a video about this next. So make sure that you tune into tomorrow's video where I'll be talking about how to cultivate that high testosterone aura. Because the truth is, there are a lot of guys out there who have high testosterone levels, but they act very low testosterone. And they may even go around thinking, oh, maybe my testosterone levels are just low. You know, it's hard for me to build muscle. I'm not very high energy, but their testosterone levels are totally fine. They might even have high testosterone levels as a natural male. and yet they're complaining because they don't feel like they have high testosterone. There is an aspect of having a high testosterone aura that has very much to do with the mentality and the actions. All right, and we're going to focus a little bit more on that in the next video. So I'll see you in that one. Make sure to drop a like down below. Make sure to also drop a singular thumbs up in the comment section if you watched all the way through this video till the end, so that I know that you have gotten attention span of steel, my friend, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.